Recently, I made a video about the rapid growth of US cities in the past 40 years. While that was already mind-blowing, I immediately thought about the insane growth Chinese cities had. And MangoMustardBlud had the exact same idea. Because as impressive as the US stats are, they almost look like a slow-motion film compared to the reality in China. While Western cities were gradually expanding, China's cities swallowed up huge parts of farmland, forests and hills. Yes, they just built over them. We all saw these crazy shots from Chongqing, right? Pure madness. We are talking about a transformation so fast that a single generation has seen quiet farmland turn into neon-lit megacities almost overnight. Shanghai definitely comes to mind here. So today we focus on the unprecedented growth of China's cities. First, we are going to look at the hard facts, the staggering numbers that prove this is the fastest urban migration in human history. While politicians can lie about numbers, satellite images certainly can't. Then we'll look at the engines of growth, the specific government strategies and economic shifts that fueled this concrete explosion. And finally, we have to talk about the challenges, because when you build this fast, you end up with everything from ghost cities to massive social divides. Hey, I'm Daniel and this is the story of how China built the future in record time. To understand what just happened in China, we have to look at the sheer scale of the construction. For the last 40 years, China wasn't just growing. It was accelerating at a pace that breaks traditional economic models. If you look at the satellite images of Beijing and Tianjin, you'll see what I mean. In 1978, China's urbanization rate was roughly 18%. Today, in 2026, it has crossed the 67% mark. Think about that. In one human career span, over 600 million people, double the entire population of the United States, moved from rural villages into high-rise apartments. But if you want a fact that really puts the madness into perspective, look at the concrete numbers. Literally. Between 2011 and 2013 alone, China poured more cement than the United States did in the entire 20th century. All those American interstates, the Hoover Dam, the skyscrapers of New York and Chicago, China replicated and exceeded that 100-year legacy of construction in just 3 years. And then there are the megacities. Some say Chongqing is the biggest city on earth, with about 30 million people. Just look at that growth. I'm sorry, but I'm just fascinated by stuff like that. In 1980, China had exactly 0 cities with a population over 10 million. Today, they have at least 7 official megacities, and depending on how you draw the line, some lists count up to 18. Take Shenzhen and Guangzhou. 40 years ago, Shenzhen was a quiet fishing village. Today, it's a giant cluster of megacities in the Pearl River Delta. If you look at satellite images of the past 40 years, you'll see the drastic change. What used to be a collection of separate cities, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Hong Kong, has physically merged into one giant megalopolis called the Greater Bay Area. It's home to over 86 million people. That's more than the entire population of Germany worth of people living in one single interconnected urban sprawl. You simply can't fake this from space. First, it started with the experimental zones. In 1978, China launched special economic zones. They took quiet coastal spots like Shenzhen and gave them a completely different set of rules. Lower taxes and more freedom for foreign companies. It was an open invitation to the world. Bring your factories here and we'll give you the labor. It worked. Investment flooded in, and these tiny villages didn't just grow, they exploded, becoming the blueprint for the rest of the country. Second, China adopted a field of dreams strategy. Build it and they will come. In the West, we usually build a road because a neighborhood is already too crowded, which is stupid. China simply does the opposite. They poured trillions into new infrastructure, building the world's largest high-speed rail network and massive subway systems houses and cities most people have never even heard of. By building the skeleton of a megacity first, the power grids, the 5G towers, the highways, they essentially forced the economy to grow into the space they created. And finally, there's the land finance loop. This is the secret engine most people miss. Local governments in China don't fund themselves through property taxes like in the US. Instead, they reclassify rural land as urban and lease it to developers for massive sums of cash. They then take that money and immediately build a new subway line or a massive park, which makes the next patch of land nearby worth 10 times more. It's a self-perpetuating cycle. The more they build, the more money they made to build even more. It's exactly why you see all these apartment towers boxed into these pre-planned grids. The infrastructure was funded by the very act of building the city itself. But there is a catch. As we've seen throughout history, when you move this fast, things start to break. The first major issue is what the media calls ghost cities. Because the system was so incentivized to keep building, they sometimes built for a future that hadn't arrived yet. In some places you can find an endless sea of apartment blocks that sat empty for years. Monuments to a real estate bubble that has become a massive risk for the national economy. Then there's the social divide. China uses a residency permit system called hukou. This means millions of migrants can move to the city to build the skyscrapers, but they often aren't allowed to send their kids to the local schools or use the hospitals there. It has created a two-tier society where people live in the future but are legally tied to a rural past. While the government is finally starting to relax these rules, for many the urban dream still comes with a glass ceiling. And finally we have the environmental cost. Decades of pollution to fuel the growth left their mark. Then there's the building itself. To make room for highways and entire city blocks, China moved mountains and diverted entire rivers. This left a massive ecological footprint that the country is now trying to fix. China is pivoting hard toward green megacities, leading the world in electric transit and vertical forests. But the scars of that 40-year concrete sprint are still visible. Today, China's 50-year urban journey is shifting gears. The era of blind growth is over, replaced by a focus on high-quality living and massive urban clusters like the Greater Bay Area. The world has never seen a transformation this fast or large, whether it's a miracle of engineering or a cautionary tale of overexpansion. One thing is certain: the lessons learned in China's concrete jungle will hopefully define how the rest of the planet built its future. But history always repeats itself, right? So we will see. What do you think? Is this level of growth sustainable, or is the pure madness of these cities heading for a crash? Let me definitely know in the comments. Don't forget to like, hype or subscribe, and consider checking out my Patreon page for some extra support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.